Hey everyone, as you can see, we've got a whiteboard here, and this is the first time we're trying to do this type of video, a buffer. And if you follow some other companies in the social media marketing world in general, you will know that there's another company that's doing a terrific job and has done so for a long time. So I want to give a shout out to Moz, who's been doing their Whiteboard Fridays for a long time, and we've taken some inspiration from them. And as we're experimenting with different video formats, we thought, let's try the whiteboard approach, see kind of how it works out for us. So big shout out to Rand and Moz, and love what these guys are doing. And today's video, I want to talk about how and why to share content multiple times on social media. And you may have read about this. There's lots of great articles, lots of great content out there. But it all boils down to the very fact that whenever you share something on social media, only about 5% of your audience, especially on Twitter, and 5% may even be high, are going to see what you put out. And the same is true on Facebook, even more so. Less and less of your audience is actually going to see what you're putting out. And any other sort of social network where you're active on, it's always going to be just a fraction of your audience that will see what's going on. And so a lot of people know this data, and there's a lot of, we've researched that data ourselves, and a lot of other people have kind of come across this data. And people kind of say, oh, this is interesting, I know about this. And I feel like I still kind of like get a lot of people coming up, and the problem is actually less this data. What I found is the problem is much more that people say like, I know this is true, but at the same time, I'm sort of scared. I'm scared that if I put something out multiple times, some of my followers are going to be annoyed. Some of them are going to see it again. And it's much less the problem being this, which I learned over time, rather than this, that people don't share something multiple times. So here's kind of like the why, and I want to talk about how we can overcome this. And you've seen this graphic before. I think it first possibly came up from CoSchedule. I think I saw it on the Kissmetrics blog. Kevin on our team, on the Buffer team, has also done something. And he's we kind of see here, like if you say Twitter, Facebook, it's kind of like this grid schedule for if you publish a new piece of content, how you should share that over time. And on Twitter, you can share it generally very frequently, and on Facebook, still more than once, LinkedIn, Google+. And the general idea of this is that any piece of content, you should really give the social media promotion it deserves. And sharing something just once, which you might do on Publish, is not enough, and you have actually a lot of opportunity to share this multiple times. So one of the ways that the how is that you can share this multiple times. And on Twitter, we found that you can actually share it, we share often the same piece 10 times within the first, month or so of having it published. And coming back to this, what people kind of struggle with, and what some of the things that help people the most when we explain this to people, is that you can actually change the format to not annoy any of your followers. So you have a new piece of content, and you might publish it as a link on Twitter when it comes out, and then you change it. You might pull out an image from further down of the blog post, and you put that out. And I've seen something, for example, for videos where I've seen, I think Pat Flynn from Smart Passive Income, he's done something great where he does his podcast, and he does a quick video trailer of the podcast, puts that out, and then he puts the podcast out with a link, and it kind of like gives the audience a different kind of like angle to engage with the same piece of content without kind of annoying people. And so you can try kind of like combining these different elements with the different times, and you sort of avoid the fear that people might have when they want to put out something multiple times. And another account that I want to point out is Maria Popova, is at BrainPicker on Twitter. So if you don't quite know how to do that, check out her Twitter and Facebook page. She's really built a massive audience, massive following. She shares the same piece of content multiple times, but in a really great way without ever kind of annoying any of her audience, and they're spreading really far. So check her out and to see kind of how that works for you. And I want to end that we've actually taken this and turned it into a product. So we tried a buffer. We tried to help you make that super easy. You can get it for free. It's in beta right now. We called it the Power Scheduler, and it allows you to actually schedule things multiple times. In this very grid that we have here is actually what we turned into a product. So if you go to profweb.com/extensions, you can try it out, and you can see if that's something that helps you to kind of accomplish this goal of giving your content that you put out the promotion that it deserves and kind of the exposure that it deserves. That's the video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you guys next time.